got to really stick your guns. And then test it. And you got to test it. Because what's at stake? Tens of thousands of dollars. How long does it take to make in negotiating? Minutes. Minutes. And I'll assure you that myself and even the hardened investors, beginners in the room, 70% of the deals we did, we never knew why they were really selling, and we never knew what they really take as a bottom. It was a good deal, you made money, but you left money on the table. Okay? Now, once we come up with a price, are we done negotiating?
No.
We just started. Because we're also going to negotiate for terms. Always assume 100% financing. Okay, James, you got me. You only said 60 on the $150,000 house. Not a problem. I'll just take over that mortgage. You said it was $59,900. Right? Solve your problem. Always ask for what? Terms. Always ask for title. And by the way, my contract went this the other night. Who's going to pay all the closing costs? The seller. By the way, most houses and motivated sellers have other stuff. For instance, how many of y'all would like to learn to buy from banks or have bought from banks? Everybody's hand should be up. How many of y'all want to buy from banks or have bought from banks? Okay? What else does banks have besides property? Money! Ooh, that's what they do. Right? And credit cards. And lines of credit. Guess what I would say? Okay, bank, you got me, James. You're the best resolution guy. You really got a great price for this house. We're down to $59,900. Now, all I need is a loan. Now, what might James say at a bank? That's not my department. I can't do it. Well, then, James, you need to refer me over there and help me out. Okay? We have some students now who are raking it in. They're going to banks and buying entire portfolios and getting the bank to give them 100% financing. Now, how many of y'all think that's just insane? A bank wouldn't do that. That's stupid. They took the card back. Now they're loaning on it again. How many of y'all think that's insane? Thank you. I do too. But it has nothing to do with me. Remember that. It has nothing to do with who? Right? Now, I mentioned the other night, a bank, and I'm jumping around a little bit because we don't have a lot of time today. I'm going to throw in a little bit of motivated sellers with the negotiations. Is that okay with everybody? Mm-hmm. A bank, 8-to-1. They just increased the federal regulations. If a bank loaned $100,000 on a property that they took back, they have to have 8 times the capital in reserve. That's $800,000 that they're now capital constrained. They cannot loan out. What's a bank's job? To loan money. Now, are banks and businesses, lawyers, doctors, investors, realtors, accountants, are all of the smartest people in the world? No. They do stuff that's crazy, that makes no sense. They're all over the place. My only job is to call them all and see if they do something that will work for me and them. I'm going to call 10 banks, 9 of them won't answer the phone, 9 won't to call me back, 9 won't give me the property, 9 won't come down. The property's worth $20, they want $100,000 for them. They're insane. They won't give me terms. But what's going to happen on the 10th or 15th call? Maybe. What's a deal worth? Write that down. For James, average 20, 25 grand. Is it worth talking to 10 or 20 crazy bankers? Right? Here's the point. Some of my students are going to the bank and saying, look, I'll take all the property off your books, smaller banks, but I want a 100% loan. Does that solve the bank's problem? Yeah. Now their capital's freed up. They may have made 10 bad loans to my student. We hope not, but they got it. It solved their problem. They better understand that. I'm not going to get a bank call. I just want to show that out. People don't understand how much trouble the banks are in. By the way, how many of you have read the Wall Street Journal and see that Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, Chase wrote down $12 billion of a debt down to $1 billion, or just wrote the whole thing off? What does that mean? That means they've written it off already. They've got a zero balance in some of these properties. They've already, people don't realize that what's really going on. A lot of these banks have written it all off. Are they willing to deal now? Maybe. I have friends of mine who've raised $50, $100, $500 million who go in and buy every property they have for 30, 20, 10 cents on the dollar. Now, I'm not saying for you to do that and become a hedge fund and go raise billions. What does that mean for you? I'd be going to every little small local bank, because I like them, they can talk, and saying, what do you got? How can I help you? And see what they have and see if you can come to some conclusion. There are going to be fortunes made in the next, the only thing about the market I'll say, Tony, is I do know this. There'll be fortunes made in the next 12 to 36 months. Most people are going to miss it. How do I know this? I've seen it once before. When I started in real estate about 15 years ago, it was called the Resolution Trust Corporation Savings and Loan Debacle. How many of y'all remember that? Okay? At first, the banks wouldn't give you the property. They took them all back. They were all going under. Then the government stepped in and said, you've got to sell them. Sound familiar? And then they just pointed people, government bureaucrats and banker people, to just get rid of the stuff. The best deals I ever got, I bought 38 condos for 30 cents on the dollar with financing. Now, it took about 4 months. You don't just call the bank and say, hey, I want to steal your condos. Here, take them. Is it worth making phone calls for 3 or 4 months? It was like shooting fish in a barrel. And I like small banks. I mean, you can call the big ones, but they're a hassle to deal with. There's websites now. We have some in our materials. Some of our students are using it, finding deals all over the place. They're on the website now. They're out there. Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. We're going to cover a little bit of material to save us time this afternoon. Banks, like people, are in denial. They're in what? It's going to happen here. Have you noticed? Stuff slowed down. They don't sell it. They don't lower the price, but it's not selling. Why are people not selling? They're in. Oh, a year ago my house was 60 grand. I'll just keep it on the market for 60. No one's offered anything in 8 months, but I'll keep it at 60. That's called, it's worth 50 now, or 48. How did I know this? Because it's the same pattern that happens in Florida, in Vegas, in Arizona, and it started in Nashville about a month ago. Nashville was a market like Columbus, very stable, going up. Guess what's starting to happen now? Stuff's not selling as fast, people aren't lowering the price. Guess what will happen 3 to 6 months from now? Well, it's been on the market a year and a half. Maybe I should lower the price. Maybe I should lower the price. Guess what they'll do? The banks just took the property back. We loaned 100, we won 100. We loaned 100, we won 100. Guess what will happen maybe 3 months, 6 months, maybe never for some of them? Wow, no one's offered us 100 grand. Maybe it's only worth 30. They're in denial. Then they get real, then they start giving away, then they'll give away more. You just got to keep after it. Just wanted to give you a few pointers on that.